I would like to begin that during the cross and earlier in the debate, Mr. Whitson and Amanda, you guys have been talking about uniform decisions, that because we want trials for all juveniles, that we're making a uniform decision and uniform punishments for that. However, we specifically stated in our resolve that we want the facts, not the age, to play the primary factor in their court cases. So yes, they may be all tried as adults, however, that doesn't mean they're all going to receive the same sentence and the same punishment.
Zach Zitter brought up that your brain is not fully developed until age 25. But as a member of society, we are trusted with certain liberties, such as not killing someone and not murdering, raping anyone before the age of 25 when our brains are developed. At 16, we are trusted with a driver's license. That gives us the trust that we are not going to kill anyone. If we get a speeding ticket at 16, you don't get off because your brain isn't developed. Why should it be any different if you kill someone?
As well as Jake just got done saying, Zach and Jackson had brought up the component of the brain not being fully developed when you're still a juvenile. But I would just like to state that the stage of development that the brain is in does not either intensify or alleviate the effects of the people around, of a heinous crime that has occurred because of the lack of or how much the brain has developed.
Going back to the fact that there is a drop in juvenile, or the supposed fact that there is a drop in juvenile acts in the last 5 years, that was in 2001. I have an article from the ABC News article published in 2010, much recently, that says, quote, in 2007, quote, the juvenile jurisdiction handled an estimated 1.7 million delinquency cases, up 44% from 1985. So obviously the status quo is not working effectively if this has gone up so much.
Okay, you guys brought up, like Jake kind of said, how the frontal lobe doesn't connect until age of 25. And we are charging people as adults at the age of 18, so it doesn't matter that the frontal lobe is connecting at age of 25 because it isn't playing a role now in our court system. And according to an article on NBC.com in 2008, there was a plot of children that got together and kill their teacher, and these children were of the age of 8, 9, and 10, and all of them were charged as juveniles.
You guys are claiming that we're trying to put a blanket over everything or keep everything uniform in what needs to be more of an individual basis. And what we're trying to say is each case needs to be examined, and each case will be examined at trial by pulling out the adult punishments right away that adults might get. You guys are actually making it less individual than it needs to be if they're capable of making these decisions to kill someone.
All right. Amanda said that juveniles do not re-offend, but as I said earlier in my contention, that according to the Sentencing Guidelines Commission, published in 2008, that 80% of the juveniles in the state of Washington who were put in juvenile facilities, they re-offend their crimes.
15 seconds.
We also had a question about the definition of intense from Jackson's story. If the boy was under intense pressure from his father, or if he was more intense pressure from himself. So.
And that is 4 minutes. All right, at this point, we'd move into the negative rebuttal. Negative, would you guys like prep time?
Yes.
This is your last speech?
Right.
Sounds good.
Take it all.